Let's see. I'm gonna do Egyptian drill.
So we're live on the thing.
Oh, good.
So now what we'll do is I'll power up the camera and we'll do it.
All right.
Here we go.
Are you good? You're not going to get wet, right?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. If anybody's there, that is. All right. So my buddy Jared here is getting us ready for the T3 workshop, which is going to be Sunday, October 13th. Right. So I put a thing out that today, Sunday, September 29th, we were going to do a dry run. So this is a live stream test, as you can see. And so we're getting ready for the T3 workshop. And we're just kind of doing a dry run here. It had just started raining a little while ago here in Jersey. And I'm sure if we wait 15 minutes, the weather will change again. So I said I was going to Phyrehack something today. Phyrehack means I have that probably no one in the world has ever gotten fire with. So up here, I have Egyptian drill box. And a couple of weeks ago, I had two of the caretakers from Tracker School up here. And they did pretty much every set that's in this box. So we did African Paddock, we did Sapele mahogany, we did red oak, white oak, we did beech, we did birch. So this one's white oak. So this whole box is, we did white ash. These are all hardwoods that are over like 1200 on the Jonka scale. We have black walnut. So they went through all of these. We had a good time doing it. We spent the entire day, went out, had lunch. It was a good day. So, well, stay. All right, so, but today we are doing Egyptian drill, which means we have an extra large diameter spindle. We have a pressure hand brace or a hand hold, right? Both of these are made out of white ash. Fraxinus americana, okay. And while we're here, let's see, do I have any? No, we're good. We're gonna be good. While we're here, just gonna put these up here. Slide that over. So Peroba Rosa, what we're doing today. By the way, this book, Wood, by Eric Meyer, is one of the best books around if you're really studying the woods for friction fire. It tells where it's from, but most importantly, it tells the Jonka hardness of the wood. So by knowing the Jonka hardness, you know which method to use. Do you use Egyptian drill? Do you use crutch drill? Do you use toggle drill? Can you just use a bow drill? Like, by knowing the Jonka hardness, you know which method it probably falls under. So Peroba Rosa is from South America. It hasn't apparently used to be around quite a bit, but then it was a victim of overexploitation. It's on the red list as endangered. So I want you to know that I got it legally by buying slab over in Pennsylvania. I didn't I didn't poach it or anything. So it's I have to tell you, you can't tell, but it has a really awesome smell to it. It doesn't stink, but it has a rather unusual smell, which I can't compare it to anything. I don't know what to compare it to because I've never smelled anything like it. So let's put the book over here. All right. Now, how does this get set up? Let's see. I need a screwdriver. All right. So how I make these sets is they come complete with a coal catcher. So let's take these off. This is a reload. It's going to fit in the spindle. Each hearthboard has 8 sockets, 8 notches. This is ready to go. It's ready to fire up. Okay. So what we do is we take the reloading spindle and we shove a reload in here. Now, as you can see, I have the Jonka number on here. 1670. ASPIDOSPERMA POLYNEURON. So it's AP. So I have the Jonka number and the Latin initials on there so I can identify it pretty much right away. Right? So what we do is we shove one of these in here. Okay. I just tighten that down, the hose clamp, a little bit. So one of the reasons why it's designed this way is because when you do demonstrations, when you start to have to fix things and carve things, you pretty much lose everybody. So now here's the thing about Egyptian drill. It has a non-flexible bow, and it has, as you can see, an extra long cord, which is different from a bow drill cord. All right, so it's going to wrap with multiple turns, and so if you want to be an expert at this, hold the string in your right, just like this with your fingers. Hold the spindle up by the top, and just touch the cordage to the spindle and just wrap in and down, in and down, in and down, in and down, in and down. And then just get everything tightened up, and there's your Egyptian drill setup, just like that. All right. Now it's just a matter of getting in position. This is already soaped up, I think. This should be ready to go. All right. So what I'm going to do is turn the hearthboard outward. So a lot of people will, because I'm looking at it, the notch is on the inside. But since you're looking at it, I'm going to put the notch on the outside. So what I'll usually do I have some dry? I don't know if that's dry enough. This is probably dry enough. High. So I'm just going to raise it up just a hair. Anybody who's done any kind of bow drill or drilling method before knows that has to fall to the bottom to fill up near the top. So just fill in the bottom a little bit. All right, so if the Egyptian drill doesn't work, we're going to try the crutch drill. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now, as with any drill, there's 3 things that you have to do. Now, this has never been used, right? So it has to mate together here. Has to mate. Has to warm up and fill with dust. And number 3, it has to ignite. So we're mating. It's already smoking, as you can see. I'm just taking it nice and easy. Use the whole bow from end to end so you maximize rotations. Alright, so I just looked at the live stream test video, and it seems that at the point where I was actually making a coal, the signal feed froze. So the video was frozen and the whole thing was never recorded. So you can hear the audio, but the audio is not going to help you see exactly what I did. So I'm going to do the whole thing over again. So I'm going to take a so we actually did get a call. So this reload produced a call, the Peroba Rosa. It has a jock of 1,670. But what I'm going to do is do it like I was doing it fresh. I'm going to take a new reload, and we're going to use a new socket and notch. Alright. So I'm going to put a new reload in there. Tighten up the hose clamp. This is already soaked pressure hand brace. So we touch and we go in and down, in and down, in and down, in and down, in and down. All right, in and down. All right. And this is sawdust from my shop. I'm just raising the floor a little bit. Alright, so never used, right? And again, we have to do 3 things. I have to mate it together. I have to warm it up and create dust. So mate it, 1, warm it up, create dust, 2, and 3, ignite. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. So if this works, this will be the second Peroba Rosa coal in the world, I guess. So here we go. Long strokes, go end to end. End to end means many rotations. Gonna keep up the speed. I'm applying more pressure than normal than on a bow drill. Because I'm applying extensive pressure on a normal bow, it would stop the spindle from spinning, but because the spindle is so thick, it creates torque and it forces the spin. So here is the world's second Peroba Rosa coal, which you should have seen earlier. So what we discovered was, because this was a test stream with Jared, no one was watching the monitor because Jared is holding the camera. And we were away from the monitor. So since no one is watching the monitor, we couldn't see that the feed had frozen. There's a good coal there. Alright, so I'm going to kind of edit the live stream and this video together, and then that'll be that. Alright, so there you go, Peroba Rosa, Phyrehacked. It actually works, has about the same hardness as about a hickory-ish, kind of, although it feels really smooth. I'd say it's smoother than a hickory. It's almost like an ash, and how well it went. All right, we'll see you at the T3 workshop. Sunday, October 13th. All right, thanks.
Video signal paused for a second.
Sure. All right, and that's that. So, how long is this cord? Well, here's what I kind of cut when I cut it, right? I have 2 knots on this cord. This is a 2-foot bow, so this is 24 inches. And the notches are cut inside 1 inch. So that's 22 inches between the holes of the notches, right? So, right. So when I put it away, it fits just like this. And it's away. My mother told me to clean up after myself, so my stuff goes back in the bag. These toolboxes, though, that I've selected as well are also waterproof. So you can see this red seal around here. When this thing locks down, water cannot get in the toolbox. And they make great places to sit on the ground. It's a perfect little bench, by the way. So, all right. So, I want to thank you for joining us today for our little test. And hopefully I'll see all of you Sunday, October 13th for the T3 workshop event. It's going to be running from 9 to 6 p.m. ish. And we're going to be covering every single method and talk about how far friction fire has come as a science and an art. All right? So email Fire Dojo if you have any questions or you want to learn anything in general regarding friction fire, and we'll see you Sunday, October 13th. Thank you very much. And thanks, Jared, for everything. Appreciate it.
Alright. Working on the
Sure.